Hello Scorpio, welcome to my channel, Love It or More. This is going to be your April 2023 reading for Sun, Moon and Rising. My apologies for last month. I was in a very remote area and unfortunately I couldn't upload any of the videos, so I did a live reading instead. So sorry about that, but I'm back in my usual position. So while we won't have an extended reading for this month, at least you'll get this personal reading. Okay, so remember, it is general. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If it does resonate with you, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. And subscribe, it's totally free. So but before we begin, we'll just cleanse the space and tune into the energy. So if you'd like to join me on a nice inhalation and exhale. Okay, Scorpio, let us see what April has in store for you. Okay, we'll be getting 3 piles. First pile, current energy starting the month. Middle pile will be anything that is unseen, any challenges, obstacles, or surprises. And the final section will be the outcome for the month of April. Please be mindful that energies are non-gender specific. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know the drill. Okay, and I'll be cutting the deck apart from clarifying later. Adventures. Ooh la la, adventures are coming in for you in April. Now we've got to remember with adventures, think about any adventure movie that you ever watched. It's not a plain sailing. You know, it stretches you, it gets exciting. You get excited to go on an adventure, right? But you never know what to expect because things happen beyond your control, outside of your control as well, and it's really about how you cope with those things, okay? But if you continue on the adventure, you know that you're following your heart, your passion, your excitement, and you will get the treasure at the end. But it's about how you allow yourself to, what your coping mechanisms and strategies are with things that you have no idea about, with the unexpected. So how can you handle change? What are your coping mechanisms for being good within the unexpected, okay? Maybe it's that you need to go jogging every day, so that's your thing that keeps you going. Or maybe it's just your morning coffee, like you can handle anything as long as you have your morning coffee, you know. So what are your coping mechanisms, right? Because it does seem very, very exciting, but I feel like you're going to get a lot of surprises along the way, unexpected changes. So, right, let's us look a little deeper. Okay, I will show you the cards after, but I'll just lay them out. 10 of Swords, 9 of Cups, 10 of Wands. Whoa! 2 of Pentacles, Justice, Hermit, and then we have outcome 8 of Swords, Page of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. Well, you're closing off something pretty big as you start off April. It's really interesting. We've got the 10 of Swords, the 9 of Cups, and 10 of Wands. Now both 10s talk about endings, and sometimes it's just like, finally we have closure on that, right? Like the 10 of Swords is like dead, done, over with. The 10 of Wands is like reaching the end of the road, basically, but a final burden to carry. But both of those cards are sandwiching the 9 of Cups in the middle, which is wish fulfillment. So I feel like at a deeper level, this is what you're wishing for, but you're having to close things off to instigate this new adventure in your life. So let us clarify that, because it does feel a bit like, oh, had it. I'm over this now. I'm over it. Right. So 10 of Swords, please, for Scorpio. Three of Cups. For some of you, you might have gone to some sort of gathering of some sort, or you're in some sort of like circle of friends, or circle like a business circle, whatever. And in that situation, you realize, nah, I'm over this. I don't want to be involved anymore in this. But what else do we have with the Ten of Swords, please? It's like something comes to light that you're like, nah, I'm done. I'm done. It could also be for some of you, I don't know why I'm picking up on this because I don't have the Devil card, but for some of you it could be also like you are done with how much you either party, like if you've been kind of having a very strong social life, you might be looking at that and kind of going, no, it's been too much now and I need to kind of change my focus. And for others of you, it could be where you are always giving to a certain element of community. It could even be a family unit, and it's getting to the point where it's I would say like it's taking too much out of you, so you're having to kind of go, whoa, okay, hang on, stop now, things are getting a bit too intense. We do have a couple of cards that have fallen down here, which is the Eight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so it is definitely that situation of where you have put a lot of energy and momentum towards an idea or an adventure, or like a circle of people, like a group of people, but all it's done is make you feel trapped. All it's done, all that effort, all that energy, all that charisma has just kind of left you kind of stuck in a rut, or kind of feeling like you're unable to move forward. And as you recognize that, as you really see it for what it is, you're like, enough, dead, done, over with. I'm not going to allow myself to feel bound and trapped by this energy anymore. I'm not going to sort of self-sabotage myself anymore because I'm giving so much to others that now I'm at a bit of a loss. Nine of Cups. Let's clarify the Nine of Cups. Four of Wands. Okay, so what I quite like about this Four of Wands is that we have the Four of Wands at the end of the reading as well. Okay, this talks about basically your focus now is like, what is my wish fulfillment? My wish fulfillment is a nice, healthy work-life balance. I want my lifestyle to be less stagnant, less kind of like dependent on other people, or with these kind of emotional ties, or with these all the kind of commitments. I want my day-to-day routine to be joyful, and I want to implement this into my ritual. I want to do this. You know what? Maybe I just want to go traveling. Maybe I just want to go on holiday. That's your wish fulfillment. So what it does say is that if you're able to really see a situation for what it is, it's causing you to be stuck in a situation where you can't give any more to either a group of people, be it work or otherwise, and now you need to look towards your own happiness. It does feel to me like you are going to get that, and it does, because you've got tens, which are endings, right? Those things are coming apart so that you can bring this Nine of Cups into your environment, and you're focusing on what it is that you desire. And part of what that is basically sunshine. If we think about sunshine, we think about summertime, we think about joy, having energy, basically feeling excited about things, right? So I do feel like that is coming towards you, but you're still recognizing that it's because it's sandwiched between those two tens. It does feel to me like you're kind of like, okay, cool, I recognize that that's over and done with. Moon at the bottom of the deck, so it's not so clear cut. I recognize that that's over and done with, and I'm going to put my attention on the things that I really desire. Okay, but then you're like, okay, but I can't just, I've got to close that off. I've got just to kind of finish that off so I can put closure to it, close that chapter, and then move forward. Ten of Wands. Seven of Wands. Okay, so in that kind of feeling like that, the closing of that chapter, you're going to be called upon to really stand up, stand your ground, stand up for yourself, justify your reasons, because even though it feels to me like whatever circle of people who are so reliant on your energy, you know, they're not going to be so too chuffed with you kind of going, yeah, you know what, I'm done. And so even though your focus is on your wish fulfillment and it's very positively aspected, it feels like you can't just say, no, I'm done. They're gonna come at you with evidence. They're gonna come at you with kind of like, well, explain why, you know. They're not going to be too chuffed with it, and so that is the thing that you need to close off. That's the burden that you need, that you have to carry. And the Seven of Wands tells me that you absolutely have all the means to present and show conviction that you're over this, but it's just like, oh, would it be nice to do that? Would it be nice just to be done and then just to move towards my wish fulfillment? But unfortunately, I'm being called upon to kind of present this information and stand up for myself, but you will be able to do it. Okay, now as we move into the challenge, we've got the Two of Pentacles, Justice, and the Hermit. Okay, so what this is telling me is that the challenge for the month of April, because the whole thing is a bit of an adventure, closing one thing off in order to go for the dream goal. This is your treasure you're after, right? This Four of Wands that you're after. But we get loads of unseen situations, okay? One of that means that you're now feeling quite stretched of your resources, but justice is coming in. And when justice comes into your favor, it enables you to gain a lot of wisdom on that with the Hermit card. Look at these cards together. Okay, so for some of you, you might be also trying to, because they're both, these two cards, they both got their arms kind of spread out. So it feels like it's a kind of a weighing up option, okay, in the sense of, on the one hand, I have the mental body, the intellect, the mind, all the processes, all the recordings of the mind that I've experienced throughout my life to point me in the direction how I move forward. On the other side, I've got my emotional, deeper wisdom, okay, and it's a bit like, they almost feel like opposite sides of the coin that you're needing to kind of, okay, I need to bring balance to this, okay. Now, what's the unseen, the kind of the challenge of your adventure is that you feel so stretched, almost as if those two things are polar opposites. But I do feel like you're going to find a way to bridge them together to have a whole understanding of it, like embedded in your being. I hope this is making sense. Now, financially speaking, you also might be a little bit stretched, but what the Justice card tells me is that justice now returns to your favor. So anyone that's been kind of, any situation or circle of people who have been kind of wearing you down, you will receive blossoming good news and support, but in another avenue of your life, okay, to bring the karmic balance, okay. And the Hermit enables you to have the time to kind of really see that deep within your being. Let's clarify this Two of Pentacles, please. Two of Pentacles, please. Scorpio. Okay. High Priestess. Yeah. So this is now your intuition. This is where you're being stretched. You know, one side it's the mental body, the other side is that deep within, but that's also connected to your intuition, to your higher self. And it's like, it's almost like this, it really does seem like the tug of war that's happening in your life in April is that kind of backwards and forwards between the known versus the unknown, okay? Because of that adventures card as well. It's like, I don't know what that's going to bring me. I know what the road looks down there. I've seen the road as it looks on there, and it's not that grand. But this unknown situation, I don't want to walk into it with predetermined belief systems. Okay, so that's where you're also feeling quite stretched. So in one aspect, you're also kind of your resources feel quite stretched in the sense of maybe finance, in the sense of your assets, in the sense of where you feel sort of secure, right? But your sense of security and stability is really connected to your deeper side of your intuition. And what that means is that it's feeling like it's stretching you to try and connect to the possibility of like your dream, without allowing yourself to be caught up in the paralysis of what has been done in the past, what's happened to you in the past, right? You don't want to repeat mistakes, right? Nobody likes to repeat history. It's boring. We've been there. We've done that. Nothing will ever happen exactly how it happened before, but you don't need to be entering into something new with that mindset. So it's like, it feels like a bit of a stretch to kind of go, okay, what is my internal navigation system? So I feel pulled to do it this way, feel pulled to have this adventure, this new beginning in this way. But what's stretching me is like, oh, in the past, when I tried to do that, this happened. It's that kind of energy. But when Justice card comes up, it basically does say that justice is in your favor now. You know, you get into karmic returns. So let's clarify. Why is justice here, please? And also it's number 11, which is soul path number. So you are really on the right path. You know, you always are. We always just sometimes feel like, oh, it's a bit of a longer route to get there, but maybe if we learn more, we get the good stuff sooner. Oh, Chariot and the Two of Cups. Okay, so now what's coming into balance is this understanding of where if there's someone, this is you with your connection with yourself and your higher self. The Two of Cups often talks about that. All right, we've got these two situations going on all the time, with the balancing act, the stretching, the Two of Cups, you know, the sort of seeing eye to eye. This is like looking at yourself in the mirror and kind of going, you know, I see my light, I see my shadow, I'm going to charge forward anyway. And what the Chariot actually talks about is victory and triumph. Actually, it talks about success really, but kind of going, you know what, go forward. I also see you having some sort of really close heart to heart with somebody that you're very closely connected to. So it could be a family member, it could be a spouse, even a child. And you see that even though you come from different sides of the coin, even though you come with different backgrounds and attitudes and mindset, you're both coming together in the heart space, and you're kind of going, you know what, let's go move forward on this adventure. Despite what has happened in the past, let's move forward. Okay, and then the Chariot comes up. So it feels like Lady Justice is carrying you to do this. Okay, then we move into the Hermit card, which is a deep introspection of how these things have panned out. It's like you're having a moment of reflection, because in the beginning of the month you're closing things off. I don't see any new beginnings yet, right? So it feels to me like you're still needing the whole month of April to put closure, to gain enlightenment, to kind of reflect before you really come to an end, before you can make space for the new to come on in. Okay, so let's clarify the Hermit, please. The Lovers. Okay, do you make that decision? What else? Okay, we've got the Three of Pentacles with the Five of Swords. And then we have the Knight of Cups with the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so this is giving me a big energy of once bitten, twice shy. And what I mean by that is that in the Hermit energy, you are really kind of doing that soul searching of kind of going, okay, well, I want to take this new adventure, but in the past, when I worked with other people on something, when I put my head together, it felt like it was in a situation of kind of like winning at all costs. Okay, so you were so focus driven, you were so goal driven that perhaps it caused a little bit of miscommunication or misunderstanding along the way, because actually you need to be working together and not just for the end goal for yourself, right? And then on the flip side of the coin, we've got this: how do I move with my heart and make sure that the energy that I put in actually pays back, you know? And it's not like we love in life so that we can be loved back. That is just the nature of the universe. You know, what we give out, we get back. Okay, it's that balance. It's that dance of life, right? And so in one aspect, you're like, okay, well, I want to be able to connect with people. I want to have a sense of community. I want to collaborate. But I want to make sure that it's not just going to be at someone else's expense or at someone else's gain and not my own. Okay, so this is where it's quite interesting that you're finding, you're kind of working out, this is the soul searching that you're doing. This is the kind of thing where you're like, okay, I want to make sure that I'm moving with the heart space, and what I put in, I get out in return. But I'm very wary of going down that direction, because I'm a bit worried that if I connect to too many other people in this, that it's going to be isolate me. I'm going to be the one kind of left with less. Okay, so this is the kind of choice that you need to make, and it's really, the bottom line is about following your passion. Okay, the bottom line is about kind of choosing where your heart is, using that as your navigational system, right? Your compass. If you can move with your heart, you can always determine along the road whether it suits you or not. You will not know the end goal now. Okay, we never can. We can have a goal to drive towards, to be motivated with, but we never know how things are going to play out or pan out. So, but if you work with a heart space in terms of what is my drive, what is my motivation behind that goal, right? And if that is your position, that will be more favorable for you. Then what can I get at the end? Okay, so it's about, these are the kinds of things that you will be philosophizing over in the month of April. Now, at the end of the month, we have this Eight of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. So while initially you might still feel a little bit trapped, okay, which came up before, it does tell me that the wish fulfillment, which we had over here turn up, is coming on in, and you're going to get some good luck. Right, so let us see where you're feeling. Okay, yes, I feel like you are moving in the right direction. You've done all the introspection. You've done the kind of working out how much do I follow my intellect, how much do I follow my intuition. It feels like a toss-up, right? But it feels like eventually you kind of go, you know what? Forget what my head says. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm just going to blindly go. I'm going to follow my intuition and not look. I'm not going to judge the parameters around me. I'm not going to judge you out. It's like saying, if I'm trying to think of a good analogy here. So it's almost as if you kind of go, well, if I follow my heart, if I follow my intuition, I know it's going to set me in the right position. But it's like, if I open my eyes right now, I'm going to walk away. I'm going to like turn around and run. You know, in those adventure movies where they're walking on this rickety bridge, like a bridge like this, basically, right? And like, don't look down, don't look down. And all you're doing is you're kind of going, okay, I'm not going to, that's all scary. And if I look at it, I'm not going to move forward, right? So you kind of go, okay, I'm just going to walk, I'm just going to follow my heart, just follow my heart. And that's what I'm getting from this energy over here, okay? Which is quite funny. And I love it because it feels like you're kind of going, oh, feel the fear and do it anyway because I know this is the right direction. Eight of Swords, please, can we clarify? So if you can turn a blind eye to convention, turn a blind eye to what other people say, turn a blind eye to negative thought patterns, I think you're on the right tracks. Yes. Nine of Cups again. So we have these synchronistic cards, these returns coming back on this, and the Spirit is basically confirming that that is in the direction of your wish fulfillment. So maybe you just have to kind of blindly go, right? Take the adventure, blindly go. You're not going to have all the facts in front of you, and maybe you should just kind of go, okay, I'm just going to follow my heart. I'm not going to look and see all of the demons or the skeletons in the closet or any of that. I'm gonna just walk, and I might be tentative, I might not be running, but I'm gonna walk towards my wish fulfillment. Page of Pentacles is good luck coming your way. Good news regarding money as well, or finance, or assets or resources. Anything tangible that you can use to create more. And you see how it's on a journey as well, it's on a path. Okay, we got Death. Lovely. So you are going to get some lovely news that comes on in, some good luck. Okay, I wouldn't really say a helping hand, because it feels like you've earned this through the Justice card. That's what's coming back towards you, but it's going to transform things. It's I want to say a game changer, because the Death card is a major arcane. It's a huge transformation. So it feels like you get some sort of good luck that comes on in, or some sort of news about money that's going to enable you to open your eyes along that path, and it's going to turn into this. Okay, and you might not experience that immediately because it is part of your wish fulfillment, but you're on the right track. Four of Wands. Can you clarify the Four of Wands? Queen of Pentacles. So I really love this. So it could be a person that helps you get this, but this feels to me like this is very domesticated energy. Okay, the domesticated energy of the Four of Wands is like your home, your routine, work or excitement or holidays and stuff like that. Queen of Pentacles, quite domesticated. Okay, got a handle on everything. So it could be a situation where you are finding a better home or a better working condition. You're working from home in nicer conditions, or you're traveling somewhere to be in the sunshine, and then you can do your work from there. But the Queen of Pentacles knows how to utilize that Ace of Pentacles. She only needs one, okay? And she makes that, you see how there's a pentacle both places. She's holding a pentacle, and then you've got that good luck coming your way. So I absolutely feel that you're going to be in a position, if you can make this, if you can drive yourself towards that four of Wands that you've got your focus on right now, okay? Bearing in mind that it's like, it's scary, it's uncomfortable territory, like you don't want to be repeating mistakes in the past. But if you drive forward with that, you're going to be in a position where your assets or your resources can create more, if that makes sense. It's like, I'm getting a very biblical reference here now, like the Jesus and the fish and the wine, the bread and the fish and the wine, where he only got like what, 2 fish and a bit of bread, and he turns water into wine, and the more he puts a fish out, the more that comes. That's the kind of pentacle energy I'm getting. So it's like that one pentacle that you've got, it has the ability to recreate itself, okay? So it's a very abundant sort of energy. I'm really liking this. But really what the challenge is for you this month is to harness that space between the relationship between the mind and the inner being and your inner knowing, okay? And to find a balancing act between that, and feel the fear and do it anyway. So, can we please get some advice for Scorpio for the month of April for the highest? Thank you. Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Okay. So taking a break is also synonymous with this Four of Wands, which talks about like either going somewhere away on holiday and stuff like that, but or even a sabbatical. But it's about, you don't have to, again, it's bringing back that thing of everything that you're doing now, there's no rush to it. You will get there, you will get where you want to go if you allow it the time to do so. You don't have to know all the answers now. You don't have to have it all planned out now. No one ever can. You just have to have a kind of a goal and know what that motivation is. And if you work with that motivation, having a bit of a goal in mind, but work with the motivation more, that's the thing that's more fueling your outcome. So the take the break is basically saying you don't have to worry too much in the mind, because you've got to be present in the moment to deal with the adventure. Like, for example, Indiana Jones walking through the woods and stuff, and all of a sudden there's this big ginormous spider that he now needs to deal with. Indiana Jones can't be thinking about the treasure when he's dealing with that. He's got to deal with the spider now, but he's got to have his wits about him. He's got to have his eyes open, and kind of just work with that, right? Does that make any sense? Hope so. Anyway, so Scorpio, it's quite an interesting reading. I mean, it feels quite exciting, very, very exciting. And obviously we all have challenges, but I think you're going to be succeeding with flying colours here. So good luck for the month of April. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up if you like, and I'll see you next time. Take care.